to On the Bonnet Show here on TAF TV, and I am Ziva, and with me I have Prosper. Prosper, it's nice to have you here.
The pleasure is all mine.
I was going to ask you what's cooking, but I will just tell you what is cooking.
Oh,
Now, this is the stage of married women are talking and single people are crying. Now, for those who don't know, a lot happened during the weekend, like I said. Now, Vicky James was at a conference, and then she spoke about the virtuous woman. Now, when she was saying this, she made it clear that as a woman, you don't need to wait on your husband.
Yes.
You can clean after him. You can clean after your kids. You can support him. You can also get your own money to take care of yourself, just like the virtuous woman in the Bible. Now, remember, like I said earlier, the married women are talking, the single people are crying. Now, a lot of persons had a lot to say about that need. Now, will I blame them for having this mentality? No, and that is because the society has made women now to believe that as a woman you need to have a rich odogo as a husband so that he can be buying you your tampon, he can be buying you your ice cream, he can be buying you your underwears, everything, your hair, your wig. You just need to sleep, wake up, and then everything is sorted out for you. But that was not what she meant. For people that have a proper understanding, what she actually meant was this: as a woman, you don't really need to wait for your man to do everything for you. No man is looking for a poor woman now, just the same way no woman is looking
Exactly, that is it.
for a poor man.
Mm-hmm.
And then single people were like, Vicky James, these statements you made, it's not good though, it's not like this, so why will you...
That she's becoming a pick that she's a pick me.
When he made that description of the virtuous woman. It's your own narrative of how you want it to be. I'm not married, but at the end of the day, what she said makes a lot of sense. Because as a woman, an industrious woman, you don't really need to even wait for your father to buy everything for you.
Sure.
You get your own things yourself. There are some things you don't wait for you. So if you marry an odogu now, for those people that have this ideology that it must be an odogu, and now the man decides that he doesn't want to give you anything because you don't have any money to your name, you don't have anything to your name, you become stranded. This is the reason why most women that don't work when their husbands are alive, once the next thing the woman is
zero.
Exactly, you see them struggling, you see them begging for money. At the end of the day, still at some point, I will also say that for those women that when they get married, their husband tells them don't work, I still see a lot of bad side to that thing, because why would you tell a woman who went to school
yes,
to not work and all of that?
Okay, the thing is that most women, most ladies these days, they don't understand the definition of marriage. They see marriage as, how do I call it, an investment where they come in and want to reap where they did not sow. What Vicky James was just trying to say is that as a woman, you should be able to cover the flaws of your husband. Not the one where your husband is not doing well at home, you carry it and go and tell your friends. That's what she's trying to say. Cover up those flaws he's having in the home. Even outside, maybe practically, if there is anything maybe where people are bad mouthing him and your opportunity to be there, you should try to cover up for him. And the most issues that women have these days is that where people get the upper hand about people's marriage, that women these days, once your husband is not providing, you run out, you can't tell your friends. Your husband did not buy this, you run out, you can't tell your friends. You compare, most of them get to compare, thereby making it look like their husbands are not doing their best. Most times, most of these men are doing their best. You see a woman, maybe practically she's earning about 2 million. The husband might be earning around 1 million naira. But she has already had that mentality. Some of them have already had that mentality that their money is theirs, but the husband's money is for the family. So most of them that's why most of the people now, those for these single ones we're talking about now, that see marriage as investment and want to enter into the fact of, I want to marry an odogu. He does everything for me. if they go and ask, let me tell you, if most of these men, they should go and ask most of these rich billionaires they see in Nigeria, these socialists they see in Nigeria, if they tell them their story of how their homes are, they fit no believe am. It's not about coming out, maybe you see most of these rich men buying bags, making videos, I bought this for my wife, I bought this. Most of these women are making sacrifices in marriage. If your husband is maybe practically, he comes back to that and say, I don't have money to provide for food. If you as a woman, as far as you're doing something, you should try to, okay, let me cover up for today. If for the family, the children are not like, let's say the child needs a medical attention, most women will start waiting for their husband to come back and bring money for medical bills. As a woman, if you have something doing, you foot the bills. Marriage should be something of, we meet each other at the middle, yes, at some point, not as a man you're bringing 90, your wife is bringing 10. That's why most times, or most of these days now, you see men die before their age, before their time. Most of them leave this earth before the time because a lot. And that's another thing, you see that most times, if you notice a marriage is where the husband and the wife are meeting each other at the center, you notice that the husband is always present in the children's life. But where the man brings 90, where do you expect him to have that time to bond with the kids? Do you get? If it is something of the wife is carrying some some burden and the husband carries, you see that that man, at least when he comes home, he has that sense of belonging, sense of feeling that, okay, I'm home. At least you don't have that nagging wife of, you will do this one, you will buy this one, you will buy this one. You have to practically get everything in the house. You are on the road, you're thinking about your children's school fees as a man. It's not like a man is not supposed, normally, naturally, a man is supposed to be a provider.
Okay.
But one thing is that the woman should be a helpmate. You should help out. You shouldn't let the burden overweigh your husband as a woman. A man is thinking about, like I said, the man is thinking about school fees. He's thinking about, in the sense, maybe when he has not built his own house, he's thinking about house rent. He's thinking about repairs, house repairs and all that. He's thinking about many things. And what the woman just does is, when he comes back, she'll bring out her hand. Money, money, money. That's why you see most of these men, they just like, with time, most of them get into drinking, get into all these habits of trying to forget. But when you have that helpmate that is helping you, that is covering some flaws, you will see that these men, most of them, like you see, most of them get to bond with their kids and family. Like that is where you call it. No, in fact, let's say the truth, no family is perfect.
Well, let me pitch in now. I, as a married person, you're supposed to help your mates. You understand? Now, why some persons see it as it is her talking about, okay, pick me, all those kind of things, because even when a woman tries to become that perfect wife, some men, some men at the end of the day will still go outside. You cannot satisfy them very well, even as you are, like when a woman gets married, the first thing the man tells the woman is, I don't want your single friends around, because they presume that a single friend is going to spoil the mindset of their wives and all of that. But at the end of the day, yes, what Vicky James said, is he bad? No. But the fear of what happens in our society is the main thing.
The
After,
thing is, let me go. The thing is that we keep on saying the fear of what happens in our society. It is still the mindset of the ladies of these days that believe that. Do you know that before the mind works somehow? If you start perceiving a man as he's going to cheat on you, little things he does. That's when, do you know, that's when nagging enters most some
but
women.
let me correct you. Let me correct you on this. Now, I don't want to call names. There are two very prominent fashion designers
Okay.
in Nigeria. They were the ones that literally brought out their men from the slum.
Okay.
You understand?
Uh-huh.
Dust these men up, cleaned these men up. Don't forget, these women, they make money. They are wealthy. But the two men
Mm.
ended up cheating with people that less the same value with their wives. And when they were asked why, some of them, some men don't have shame again. Society have made them, they don't even have shame. One of them was like, the reason why I cheated was because my wife have money and I feel like I'm not important in their life. That was just his reason. So he
Okay.
felt okay with a woman below him. Now don't forget this.
Mm.
Every man feels that as a man, I'm supposed to be the man of the house. I'm supposed
Yes,
to be the
yes,
crown
yes.
head of the house.
Mm.
And now, if you now have a woman that is like the one that has more money, they feel like that ego, like you said, is no longer there. And you see them trying all their possible best to like meet up the woman's standard and above the woman. Now, when they cannot get to that woman's point, well, a lot of things to talk about when it comes to love, marriage, affection, and all. But the truth is this: we cannot know the full answers to it because your own answer could be a question for another person. But I would love to get your opinions on the comment section on this Vicky James statement that has many reactions. Is the feminist people that are saying she's just claiming pick me correct, or the part where she talked about being a virtuous woman doesn't make any point? Now, thank you so much for watching the Only Bonus Show. Bye.